All right, let's talk about the dog pound strategy is what I'm calling it. Now, this is just one of the many pages, training pages that you get access to in the rebuilding credit course. Like, this course is just nasty. Look at this. The amount of information now and study that we've got in here is just, it's something else. So, all right, let me move this over now. So anyway, this is getting into an actual credit rebuilding strategy that people are using in the community, meaning that it's proven, it's vetted. Now, is this gonna have a 100% hit rate? I don't know. I actually don't know what the hit rate will be. I just know that this is one creative way that people are using to get inquiries removed, inaccuracies removed, okay? So this is inquiries, this is collections, this is late payments, this is whatever you want it to be. This is such an important topic because at any given point in time, society, there's more people rebuilding than there are that are sitting at 800 credit scores, 750s, 720s for that matter. So this is important stuff. Let's start at the top. 3 main ways to get inaccuracies removed, okay? There's factual disputing, which this is essentially fighting against the dates and times and things that they've already verified to be true on with the credit reporting agencies, the CRAs, directly, and getting those things removed that way. So it's going and getting alternate reports or just seeing how there's differences between the 3 different credit bureaus and then using that against them as the reason why it should be removed. It's not removed because it's they're lying or they're trying to get you. It's removed because I see this date over here, we're showing this date over there. Because these 2 dates are different, that's why it should be removed. That's what we're trying to dispute based on. So that's called factual disputing. Next is Metro 2. Metro 2 is an actual software that's, I think it's under the Prodigy, it's called Prodigy software or something like that. The website's weird, the training videos suck, and you have to like Venmo the guy money for every attack essentially that you pay for. The attacks are quite good. What they're doing is they're just basing it off of some sort of like computer algorithm, and whatever computer algorithm language that this guy's figured out works. It like somehow passes the automatic detection and the automatic, bounce back things, protections that the CRAs have. It somehow gets past all of that and ex facto gets stuff removed, okay? Outside of that, I really don't know what it's doing. Yeah, it's some sort of computer coded language that it's using to bypass normally what would get rejected or instantly verified, sent back, whatever. Okay, so that's another way that you can use. And then the third way is consumer law. Now this is probably the deepest rabbit hole that you'll ever fall into, and it's gonna take you into some wild places that I don't really even want to, I hesitate to even mention in this video, but let's just say that if you look at UCC law, if you dive into these, like you can get all this online, if you dive into these sections of the protection mechanisms that they've created under US code and law, is that you'll find that there's some interesting things. A lot of this stuff, they're not even actually supposed to be furnishing to your credit profile. You can get just about anything removed from your credit profile if you look deep enough into consumer law, including actual open accounts being reported to your credit bureaus and to your credit profile. If you didn't want those being reported, you could. And a whole bunch of other wacky stuff. So that's all I'll say there. So consumer law is the third way. Now let's talk about some basic things that you can go through and that you can do and implement to make it easier for when you're gonna wanna dispute on the back end. First things first is if you are applying for a business credit card and they're gonna pull personal, then you already know you're in a pretty good position. But let's add a few layers on top. First of all, let's get geolocated with a VPN or with our IP address. So that way it's showing up as a local IP address so that it's negating a lot of maybe these hurdles that you would have to jump through to get approval in the first place. Then secondly, if we're doing that and we're combining it with let's say incognito mode on one of our browsers, whether that's Google Chrome, Firefox, etc., they all offer it, a private browser. When we stack those two together, it makes it easier to dispute the inquiry. But that being said, we can actually dispute those inquiries that happen on our personal credit report, even though we were approved for business credit. Now, the only time I'd say don't do this is with sole proprietor credit, because it's essentially getting credit under your name, even though it's as business credit. So I just wouldn't dispute those inquiries. So anyways, those are some other additional things that you can do to really stack the deck in your favor. Now let's go through what the actual process is. You can see here, what do you actually got removed? 8 inquiries deleted off Experian, 10 from Equifax, 10 from TransUnion, 9 late payments removed, 1 charge off removed, 2 collections removed. The 9 late payments basically got the account deleted. This is a credit card that he closed. Same with the charge off and collections. So basically got 4 closed accounts deleted. Here's how he did it. Very simple. Go after something that you know is gonna get declined and save the adverse action letter. Next, pull your 3 credit bureau reports, okay? Wherever you're gonna do that. Highlight all the inconsistencies and file a complaint with the CFPB. Okay, we've got links in his training course for FTC and CFPB, but you could just Google it and it's really easy to find. Just Google CFPB complaint and literally that page and that result will come up. Attach all previous disputes and results saying that they verified it, the info to this as well with the dispute ID. Remember that there's only one dispute ID per bureau, per group of or batch of disputes that you've got. So you don't have to go like hunting very hard to get the dispute ID. So include that dispute ID though. Adverse action letters, include those. Then the highlighted 3 bureau report showing the inconsistencies, and then reference what I've got here, the FCRA, which is under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Consumers have the right to dispute inaccurate and unauthorized information on their credit reports, section 611A. Again, we go deeper into 611A in this credit course. So just dive into those other training sections. Okay, then we're gonna do that and say that the inaccuracies reporting is causing issues to obtain credit and that the creditor and CRA is not following Metro 2 guidelines. He put that in there. He actually also, this isn't listed, but he also used a legal letterhead, like he had a lawyer friend give him a legal letterhead to use. So that just made all this that much better. When you put all this information together and send it out to the credit reporting agencies, the CRAs, that is Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, it has a good hit rate, okay? It did for him. And the reason why this works is because it's a little bit of everything. And the problem with credit repair is that everyone wants the magical templates. Everyone wants the, the Jedi trick to instantly wipe everything off your credit report, but yet they don't want to call, they don't want to do anything, and they don't really want to talk to anybody. So it's kind of strange. Like, you got to recognize that you got to put into work if you want this stuff to come off. You got to put into work if you want to have success with doing it. So get that out of the way first. But secondly is that when we add a little piece of all these things that we know are already successful strategies and we, kind of blend them together in our own unique way, yes, of course, for a while it's gonna work because it's always about staying ahead of the automatic systems that attempt to verify or reject your disputes for inaccuracies. That's all we're trying to do. So you could do this slightly different. You don't have to follow this exactly, or you can follow this exactly. It doesn't really matter. It's entirely up to you what you want to do here in this situation. But like I said, you're gonna have the best success with kind of trying to mold and blend different strategies and pieces and clips together to make something new and unique so it stands out and it has a higher chance of having success and going through, right? So anyways, some additional notes here at the bottom. When you go through the statement at the CRAs, it asks if you want to add another company, add each credit reporting agency. The more disputes you do online at the Bureau disputing accuracy and or asking for method of verification validation is better in his opinion. The late payment were from Service Finance where he got, okay, so that's the story of that. Trick is to catch them not actually verifying what's reported, one, and second, not really investigating even after numerous disputes. So it's almost working in your favor to have all these disputes stacking up, the dispute IDs, them coming back as verified, and then obviously us still, once again, with a fresh credit report, pointing out the inaccuracies and pointing out how it's wrong. So the key is to show a pattern. And so yes, there's a hybrid between factual disputing, a little bit of Metro 2, and a little bit of consumer law. And the last point here is that Equifax reinserted the charge off a week later. Expect this for them to kind of get removed, come back, get removed, come back. Might happen a few times, especially with Equifax. Equifax is a total pain in the butt to actually get anything done with them. So anyways, that is everything that you need to know with what we're calling the dog pound strategy. So hopefully you guys have some success. Understand that this little gem that we just gave you is so powerful, right? And this is just one of many that we cover inside the course. So if you haven't gone through the course, I implore you to. If you don't have access, I implore you to get access to this course because it is absolutely ridiculous. This is just one of many strategies that we go through and different information and education pieces that we give you. So that aside, we're also constantly always adding to these and we're always updating this. And that is the whole point of these courses, is that we started with very bare bones courses, and over the last 12 months, we have aggressively been adding every single month to these courses. So we do not play games when it comes to that. And this will not stop. So, expect this course to be filled with a ton of gems by the time this is, all said and done. As they say. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you're still here, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second as a way of saying thank you. Also too, comment below if you got something to say or you feel like we missed something. If you've used this and had success, if you've got a different strategy you want to share, by all means, share it. This helps us all, right? So anyways, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.